Hi there. The purpose of this video is to discuss the reporting capabilities available to secure users of the Michigan Transfer Network. First, I will log in with my testing credentials that are associated with Delta College so that the view you'll see in this video should be the same as a typical secure user at another college or university in Michigan. Once logged in, you will be on your Secure User Dashboard page. Before we visit the Reports section of the page, I'll scroll down to draw your attention to the bottom section, which includes a number of manuals that are helpful to secure users. Selecting Reporting Instructions gives me the opportunity to download and review written documentation on how to prepare new reports. And it gives me the opportunity to link out and actually review with screenshots step-by-step instructions on creating new reports in the MTN. You'll also see that this instructional video will actually be linked right here so that you can refer back and review the recording at any time. Now we'll click into the Reports section of the Secure User site. You'll see that there are a number of reports that have been designed to help make transfer articulation more smooth throughout the state and certainly at your institution. I'll briefly discuss the two reports at the top by receiving and by transferring institution because they work similarly. The difference is in what is displayed. The receiving institution allows a receiver or an institution that takes and awards transfer credit to review their data. The transferring institution report allows a transferring or sending institution who is sending that credit for transfer credit to view information about their transferring courses. Since I'm using Delta College as an example, which is a community college and typically a sending institution, we'll do some work here to show you how this operates. So just making that selection is going to pull up some really robust information on the screen. This includes all transfer equivalencies that are logged in the system for Delta College, meaning the course information over here on the left is Delta's transferring course detail, and then the information that comes in on the right is the information that the receiving institution has in the MTN regarding these transfer equivalencies. This data can be exported as is, or you can make some selections to narrow the data. So you can see right now we have just under 40,000 records when we select the stock report. However, I might be interested in looking at a particular course, maybe an accounting class. Simply by narrowing the subject has taken us down to 400 records. I might want to further narrow this by selecting a specific course. And then you can see that this actually brings us down to 34 records, which should show all of the ways in which Delta's managerial accounting class transfer or are received by the institutions on the right. We can enlarge this so that we can actually see all of these on one page and scroll down to see how does it look for Accounting 212 at Delta with all of its institutional partners. Delta could also decide that they only want to look at courses that are equivalent in the accounting program with one receiving university, in this case Central Michigan, and they can pull up and potentially help students create transfer guides for discipline areas with their one single partner. Any of the reports that are manipulated here can be exported to a comma delimited file using Excel. I won't do that here, but giving you the opportunity to see that that's an option. And then we can also generate this as a PDF that will auto-generate and show you what you saw on the previous screen simply in a PDF form. We'll talk later about how to schedule reports, but this can also be scheduled to come into your email on a regular basis if you so desire. Now, as I said, the receiving institution report actually works the same way, except in this case, it's showing how Delta is receiving these credits from all of their transferring or sending partners. But it works exactly the same way with the different toggles and opportunities to export. There are a few reports that could be helpful to institutions that want to be proactive about ensuring their course equivalency data is accurate for the public, or that their data is clean, so to speak, by looking for duplicates. So first I'm going to show the credit hour report. When we select this, Delta will have the opportunity to see or I will as a Delta user, the opportunity to see all the ways in which our credits at Delta transfer to other institutions with a discrepancy in the number of hours awarded. So in this top example, you can see that this is a course here that is worth 3 credits at Delta, and then Alpena, as its transferring partner, or receiving institution anyway, receives that credit as a 2 credit hour class that's on the books there, CSS 100, but then they're also awarding an extra credit for that course, that single credit that kind of carries over. The second example shows a biology example, which is worth 5 credits, and the transferring or receiving institution is taking this as 4 credits because that's how their course is transcripted, but then awarding that elective to make up for that discrepancy. So you can see how this might be helpful in ensuring that students from your institution are receiving the proper amount of credits when they're transferring. In a similar fashion, the duplicate equivalencies report will allow the secure user to take a look at course equivalencies that may appear in duplicate areas and could be confusing to the public. This actually looks pretty good because I'm only seeing 1 duplicate listed. But as we get further along in the uploads, we may see that more examples of this that institutions will want to pay attention to be sure that their data is clean.